Hey, and welcome to Hypno Shorts. It's been a while since I've made one of these videos, and I'm just running an errand now in my car, so I thought now would be a great time to say hello and connect with you again. And I thought a good topic to cover for this video would be on the theme of authenticity. What is authenticity? What does it mean to be authentic? Especially when you have to interact with this crazy world that we live in, where most people you meet are more or less putting on a bit of a front, a bit of a facade, and not with necessarily malintent, but just out of necessity. Just because that's kind of the world we've been born into, where you have to kind of sculpt and form a personality in order to navigate your surroundings. So, if that's the case, then what does it mean? What does authenticity really mean? If right from day one we're kind of forced to start pretending about who we are, to start pretending that we think we know who we are. If from day one we start being programmed to lie, essentially, to the world around us, so that we fit in, so that we can survive, how does authenticity have anything to do with life? So, and that is the question that kind of opens Pandora's box, you could say, right? And it could be one of the most important questions you ever ask yourself. One of the questions that has the most implications if you really want to find out the answer. So, how do you conduct yourself in this world with as much authenticity as possible and still be able to navigate this world? Well, first and foremost, I think we have to accept that in order to be authentic, you have to be willing to risk many things in your life. Right? You have to be willing to risk relationships, because being authentic means speaking up, speaking how you feel, speaking your mind, speaking to the truth of your feelings. Sorry, I'm just looking at my GPS here so I don't make the wrong turn. So risk is a huge part of being willing to be authentic and find out just how much of your life can be lived through full integrity, full honesty. Risk that comes with it, like I said, the risk could even be those closest to you sometimes, or a certain aspect of your business that is not a full expression of yourself. And it's a risk worth taking, of course, because you really have to ask yourself, what is it that you're really trying to achieve, trying to get out of life from those around you? What is it that you're trying every day? What are you trying to get? What are you trying to get out of it? And ultimately, I think if we all boil down our motivations, it's a desire to be accepted, to be allowed to exist and to create, to enjoy this existence while you're here, and not just always be in fight or flight mode and survival mode. That's what we really want. And that's very difficult to achieve if you're not being authentic. So, the implications of that are to find out if you can exist in this world by being your true self, which is really no self, if you're really honest. Your personality, you hang up that personality like a coat when you go home for the day, and you're all by yourself. Nobody around that you have to perform in front of. Nobody that you have to please. So, the big catch for most of us in this life is that in order to really experience life free of seriousness, of the burden of having to be somebody, we have to be willing to be nobody. And we have to be willing to risk. Any structures that we've created in our life that don't hold up to that test. And we have to trust that if they don't hold up to the test, then they weren't really for our highest good anyway. So we have to be okay with watching them fall apart if needed. And trust that through that falling apart, something wonderful starts to be born, to emerge, which is a completely different way of operating in the world. Think about how rare it is to come across someone in your own life who beats to their own drum, I don't know if that's how the expression goes, but something like that. Who is not dependent on the outside world for their own happiness. To get to that place, it's not impossible because you are there technically right now. Just because you're not your personality. You're not the front, You're not the storefront. You're the guy out back, the gal out back, So it's really just about allowing your customers, the world, to come into the back of the store to see what's back there. And trust that if they really want what you have to share, that's out front, that what's out back is not going to deter them. And it's only through that risk, that willingness to let down your guard, that you'll ever come to a place where you feel like you can finally let go and enjoy being alive for once. Anyway, I should probably let go now. I'm getting into some heavy traffic and I'll end up getting in an accident soon. So it was good talking with you, and I'll make another one of these soon. Bye for now.